I remember the Arsenio Hall show was on, and they had this contest around the country, and I'm not even sure if it was around the country, but they had a contest way down in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I found out about it, and it was a trip to go to LA and be on the Arsenio Hall show. Well, to go watch the show, but it was sold as be on the show. But nevertheless, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna win this sucker. I got to get to LA, because at that time, man, during this time, this was the time where you wanted to see, I wanted to see how good I was. So LA had the best guys supposedly out there. And at the time it was Robin Harris. Robin Harris was a beast amongst beasts. And I had already did a few shows, and I had already did the Apollo. I wanted to see how I stood up with the best of the best. So they had a show in Virginia, they had these contests in Virginia Beach, and you had to go through a series in order to win. And my car broke down. I couldn't get a ride. And my best friend Dana let me borrow his car to go from DC to Virginia Beach. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm gonna win this contest. And because of the fact that you allowed me to go, I'm going to take you and we going to LA. He laughed it off. Yeah, you know, he thought I was all right, but you know, he laughed it off. And I went down there and I won. So they gave up the tickets to go to LA. Now, we fly to LA. I don't know how we got around. I have absolutely no clue on how we traveled around LA, because we came to the Arsenio Hall show, but the Comedy Act Theater, where all the black people performed at the time, Sinbad to the Damon Wayans to all of the big guys at the Comedy Act Theater, and a dude named Mike ran the Comedy Act Theater, and so I don't know how we got. I swear to God, I don't know how we got out there. I must have knew a few people. I did already know a few guys, but I have no clue how we traveled. But anyway, we go to the Arsenio Hall show, and yes, that's a big deal. And I'm thinking, you know, I'll take a stack of, at the time it was VHSs, VHS tapes. You know, it wasn't no iPod or nothing, it was VHS tapes. And I must have stuck 10 VHS tapes all around the Arsenio Hall show with my name on it, the whole 9 yards, thinking somebody will see me or whatever the case may be. He even had on Paramount Studios, he even had a cart. I stuck 2 in his cart. And Arsenio Hall, if you ever found those tapes, it was me. But I was glad to go to the Arsenio Hall show, but I really wanted to go to the Comedy Act Theater because I wanted to see what the deal was. So we go to the Comedy Act Theater, and the first night, they put me up early. They put me up, you know, because unbeknownst to me, they put the new guys up, you know, early on stage to make sure that they ain't bums. Now let me give you the setup at the Comedy Act Theater. Comedy Act Theater, Robin Harris was the man. He was the man beside the man beside the man. He was the man. What happened was Robin Harris would MC. Everybody would stay still, and he would do his thing, and he was probably one of the funniest guys I've seen. Robin Harris made me change my whole show in actuality, because I could make people laugh, but I couldn't make people lose themselves. And Robin Harris made people lose themselves in his show, and I was just amazed. But anyway, we you know, Robin Harris would MC, and then all the acts would go on in between. He'd take a break, and you go in between each set. But they put me up early, which blew me, because I was all ready to get up there and kill him in the whole 9 yards. I did kill him. As a matter of fact, I got, once again, standing ovation. Standing ovation the first time that I go into the Comedy Act Theater, which is unheard of. And Ricky Harris was there. Matter of fact, I think that's the night Ricky Harris and Martin Lawrence got in a fight, but that's a different story. Joe Torre. It was a lot of guys in there, and Robin Harris, from that point, on really didn't take to me. And I don't think it was me. And what I think it was at that time, even though Robin was the funniest dude around because he was black, he looked like old Potbelly Popeye slave, they didn't have a place to put him for TV. And so he was having a hard time breaking through, and then he would see these young cats come in, kill a place, Martin Lawrence or somebody, and then catch fire like that. And so I think he took that, and it wasn't so much me, it was the representative, that whole thing. But nevertheless, he was still cool with us, gave me some Baby shirts and the whole 9 yards. But anyway, as the case may be, the next night, they went on and put me in a proper spot. And once again, crushed him, killed him. And that was also the night I met Mike Tyson for the first time, which was funny because I did an impression of Mike Tyson. And then Mike Tyson had me come and sit down beside him. He was tickled though. He was cool. He was tickled, and we ended up being friends. So that was my first time meeting Robin Harris. Anthony Brown at the time was writing for Arsenio. I don't even know he was doing comedy at the time. I know he was a writer. And way back in the day, boy. And those were some of the funniest shows. I've never seen a guy, when Robin Harris did Bebe's Kids, I never seen something that I've heard 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 times in a row, and it's funnier the 12th time than it was the first time. And Robin Harris could do that, and so he made me change my game.